Oh, my homies, my boys, my dogs. I could go to sleep right now. While I'm driving, while I'm on this video, I could pass out. Because that is the effort that I have displayed today. I will preach this all day long. If you have to question whether or not you've earned the day, whether you've worked hard enough, you just simply have not worked hard enough. Because there is zero question in my mind that I could have done any more, any better, any other way. I am so content. I'm so satisfied. I'm through the roof, blowing my expectations away. Because, man, let me just tell you where I've been. Because I disappeared again, as I do every now and then. When life happens, you prioritize the stuff that's important. And I got the chance to go travel to South Florida to go see my fiance's family that we don't get to see very often. Her little sister and grandpa, love them to death. They are wonderful people. And while I couldn't work out while we were traveling, and quite frankly, I don't like to work out while we are on a vacation because then it becomes more like work. It was a good step away because if you guys have been here for a little bit, last month, I hit the best program cycle I've ever hit in my entire life. I PR'd all of my lifts. I PR'd, including complexes. I PR'd 14 times and matched 3 more PR attempts from previous PRs. So, a little hot out the gate. I got excited last week. That was the last time you saw me. And I thought, let's go full Bulgarian mode. Let's have some fun. See what happens. Max out every day, max intensity no matter what on every single main lift. Just see how far we can really push the body, really just destroy any standard I've ever had in weightlifting because it's the first time I felt like I could hit every main lift, hit them heavy, but hit them comfortably, confidently, and intelligently, just keeping my body safe as long as I'm mentally, physically feeling good and the technique is at the bare minimum, my personal standard of what it needs to be, my own set of perfection, because it's never going to be perfect, but, I know what's good technique for me. And so if I can't do it, I'm not going up. So I haven't lifted in 5 days. I've been gone. And last time I came in and did it, this is one of the funnest workouts I've had in a while. I wasn't too drained. I definitely went a little bit easier on the power lifts because I got to go hard on the Olympic lifts. And I was just proud that I could try something that outrageous, that experimental, feel no pain, feel confident, feel good, feel happy, and passionate about what I was doing, Because I want this program to be a time for me to fuck around and really find out, And as you can imagine, after doing that super hard workout and then taking 5 days off, in my mind, I'm screwed. Last night, me and my fiance came back into town at damn near 11 p.m. after driving for 10 hours. And that always will just kill your mental, for sure. I had coincidentally covered one of my homies' 12-hour shifts at work instead of working my typical 8. So woke my ass up at 6 in the morning to work 7P to 7, or 7A to 7P. At 7P, we went straight to the gym. And this is what I'll tell you. In all of my experience, especially with people that are not, very comfortable with the gym yet, that haven't done it yet, that haven't gotten to get their own stride, their own passion, their own goals, their own dreams about it. You have to do it long enough. You get consistent, then you get disciplined, and then you develop a passion. It comes last, unfortunately. I wish it were first. It'd be a lot easier to get consistent and disciplined if you were passionate off the gate, but then we wouldn't appreciate the things that we work for, And I'm constantly told, I want my workout to be perfectly this way. I want to start on a Monday when I'm feeling this good, when I'm not working and I have nothing else going on in my day and I am not mentally stressed. I'm like, that's so awesome. In a super perfect world, I agree. Let's do that every day. Guess what, motherfucker? That don't happen. Ever. That never happens. As shitty as it may come to realize, There are no non-stressful days. The stress is what makes us appreciate the reward of the passion and the progress and the determination. You know? It's making the best out of any situation, no matter how good, shitty, or mediocre you feel. Because at the end of it all, if you push it to the maximum, you've made progress, you've given your body the opportunity to grow, mentally and physically, and you can take something home to want to work on next time. Because you can wait so many days in a row, but every day that you wait for that one perfect day to make you motivated enough to go, every day you wait, more potential progress is lost. And realistically, if you just gave yourself a bit more mental fortitude and accepted the fact that you have to go, just for a little bit, just try it for a couple weeks, see if it's your thing. If it's not, quit, do something else. Who cares? If you're not passionate about it, don't do it. But you're not gonna know until you try. And if you put yourself in a perfect scenario every time you go, you're going to be in this middle area where you're kind of passionate because it only feels good, but you're not passionate for the right reasons. You know, you're passionate because you only want to ever feel good. But the times you feel bad, you don't give yourself any sort of leeway to try to grow through that. Growing through the bad makes PRing on the really peaked days when everything feels easy just nothing. You know, I feel ecstatic over the moon when I get to that point in my training. Today is a fucking anomaly. Because like I'm saying, there is no perfect day to start. There's no perfect day to pick up. After that 12-hour shift, in my mind, all I'm thinking is I have all of my stuff ready to go to the gym. I could go straight there from work and just get it out of the way, be as good as I can, try my best. I am not going to lie to you. I wanted to go home so bad. I did not want to go to the gym tonight. Not because I didn't want to work out. I have been itching to go. But again, in my brain, even me, sometimes you work so hard, you're sitting there and you're like, I just want to start on a day when I feel good to do it. But if we did everything that we loved on the days that we feel perfect, we wouldn't love them. So I pick my ass up and I go to the gym. Because especially on this program where I'm maxing every lift every day, for the most part, the weights never matter. It's simply how good of a top-heavy single can we hit on every lift with as perfect of technique as we can muster. And I don't know where it came from. I don't know why I'm still peaked for the most part. Not every lift is hitting PR weight, but it's pretty damn close. I had 2 attempts at 275 that were like, the first one was just, it was there, I just didn't commit. And right there, I was just like, I don't give a fuck. If I have to attempt this 10 times, I'm hitting it because of how close it was. I had so much energy for it. A lot of it's come to, I've learned how to lock in certain body parts, and especially my spine, when it comes to doing the lifts technique. Because if you can commit to the technique, no matter how heavy it feels, you'll have the best chance possible to throw it as hard as you can, even though it's harder to do that way. And third attempt, crushed it. It felt so good. I was a little worried about an elbow bend, but like I thought, at least in my opinion, it's all shoulder movement. I did not feel like I unlocked my elbow at all, and even if I did, I don't care. It's a great fucking attempt and a save after 2 misses. But I did not expect, especially with my low back being so tired, like this is, again, it's day 1, I'm beat, I'm not going to feel great today. 315 clean and jerk, just decided to go. No chance in this universe I put 345 on, because even though I'm really happy with it, because like I was whipping under it in the best technical way, I didn't have a lot of strength left. You know, you can really tell by how fast I was whipping under the clean and how instant the split jerk was, which, by the way, perfect technique. I'm over the moon about it, but I didn't have as much, muscle group stability on that lift for sure. So going up would have just meant the technique dying. So there's no point, because technique is above all. Even whatever my ego and my mental says, technique is king. Again, I didn't think that shit was going to go good for me, but, it's one weight at a time. And it's really just come down to technique at this point, just locking my back and my core in the best way possible. I've gotten really good at expanding my diaphragm, especially in my ab area, because I used to not do that. I used to just breathe in really tight and then squat. I'm now I get that breath in, but I also squeeze my abs and expand my diaphragm as much as I can, so I can spring out of the hole with as much compression possible. And Front squat, 385 blew out of the water. The only reason I did not go for 405 to match my PR is because I've told you guys this before. Based off my old knee injury on my left quad tendon, that's permanent. I'm always going to have some residual pain there, especially when I go hard. But it's also kind of like a panic button, which is really nice because when I get to that top weight at like a 385, it's the moment I feel my knees start kicking back in that way that gives me that deja vu from when I was really injured. I know that the next weight is either going to be really bad technique or really bad for my knee to where I have to give it a day to recover. So I left it there. Great technique, couldn't be happier. And I got plenty left in the tank for next time. Great. Back squat, even higher, 475. Again, just one warm-up beneath my PR. You got to remember, the power lifts have become more of an accessory at this point. I prioritize Olympic every time. They're going to be better off because I start with them strength-wise, but the power lifts are there to stabilize me and have better technique overall so that I'm not going too heavy to bust up my knee again or blast my CNS to the point where I can't lift anymore. So 475 went really good, but again, I know that if I put 500 or 495 on the bar, I'm not going to be able to do it properly, and it's going to hurt my knee a lot. Bench press is the second star of the show, right behind snatch. Snatch was just too good to not run home crying, bragging about. Like, to come back after 2 attempts and crushing it and feeling confident and not burned out after that, really awesome. Matching that PR. I'm going to hit 295 so quick you guys don't even know it. But bench is a weight that I rarely progress on. And now that I'm doing it more often with this specific program type, man, the stability's really there. You know, I've gotten really good at pushing my upper back into my spine as much as I can on the setup, and then keeping my lats pushed in my middle spine, keeping my lower back as compressed as possible. Just everything starts in the back, man. If you can keep your CNS in check while you're lifting and your posterior chain, you can do so much more than you ever realize. Because it takes the stress away from that limiting factor and lets you just drive your main muscle groups as hard as you want. And 345 was simply too easy not to go for a PR matched attempt. And it was close. I'm burnt out, I'm tired. I lifted for damn near 4 hours today, but 365 fucking went. And it wasn't as quick as last time when I was really peaked for it, but on a non-peaked, random-ass day, at the end of this hard of a workout, to be able to drive through that weight is like nothing else. So at the very least, watch this and tell yourself there's no excuse if I'm simply just tired. You know, if you are at risk for injury, if you truly believe you need just a day, take it. By all means, please take it. But like I tell everybody, once you take that one, I'm not going to feel bad for you once you take another. Because that's not a necessity, that's a habit, that's a pattern. If you allow yourself to take the easy way out consistently, the consistency comes in the laziness and not in the passion in the actual thing you're trying to do. You're more passionate about feeling good than putting in the actual necessary work to grow. And while while new people may make growth no matter what they do because they're new to the gym, give it a year or two. I know not a lot of people stay in a sport for that long, but the people who want to go long-term with this shit always, I've been there too, always find out that you've got to push through those shitty days. You cannot just randomly skip whenever you want. I skipped so much in high school, and that's why you guys don't see any videos or any logs of my workouts in high school. I bullshitted, did whatever I want, full Dorito build, benched every day, didn't care. If I felt bad, I just went home, you know? I could care less. I was naturally good at it because I was naturally fat. It was easy to power lift. Once I saw that Olympic lifting and I knew I was shit at it, the obsessive passion really took over. It's a very positive addiction, but nonetheless, I'm fucking addicted. But anyway, physically, oh man, I'm burnt the hell out, but physically, like, I've got to give it a solid 9.3. Really good. And it's nice that I have so much left in the tank, because not that I'm going to be able to do this tomorrow, by no fucking means. The next 2 workouts are going to be abysmal. But the next time I feel peaked like this, I'll be able to go higher for sure. That's what's got me very excited. And at the end of the week, I'll do easier half-day workouts, so I don't have to go too hard at the end of the week when my body's at its limits. But mentally, I feel wonderful, and I'm very passionate, I'm very excited, but I'm ready to close my eyes. I'm just tired. I'm so glad I got a 9-hour shift tomorrow, or an 8-hour shift tomorrow instead of the 12. I need a full 8 hours of just sleep. Like, I really want to get my editing done and everything, but like I'll try to stay up a little bit, but at minimum I need those 7 hours of sleep. I'm so fucking tired. But the thing is I can say that and be proud of it. Because I'm not tired because I'm lazy. I'm not tired because I bullshitted. I'm tired because I worked fucking hard. It doesn't matter what day one is. It just matters that you make day one right fucking now. Anyway, thanks for hanging out. You know I got a yap, but it's good to be back for sure. I'm very intrigued to see how fucked up my body's going to be tomorrow, because vice versa, I'm only thinking about how I feel now. I might wake up and just be peaked again because I did this day correctly. By no means do I expect anything. I try to never expect things in my lifting, but it'd be cool to be able to consistently go heavy without feeling shitty, you know? That's a bit of a superpower in my brain. But mentally, before I go, because I cannot fucking forget, mentally, I gotta get a flat 9 for sure. It's definitely on that cusp. I'll give it a 9.05. It's above that cusp. I had a great day. It was a great time. I was locked the hell in. Not as much homie time, but locked in for sure. So I'm happy, you know? Couldn't be happier. I got a lot of big long-term life plans in the brain that I've been cooking up, so it's not going to be for a long while, but I think there's big potential for some future moves that's got me all passionate and excited again. It's always good to give yourself some new goals to move toward, but let me know how your lives and lifting going. I love hearing about it, and I appreciate you all hanging out. I love you guys. I'll be back tomorrow for the same shit, but probably a lot lighter. See you later. Bye.